Hello and welcome to Motor Mentors. I'm Asif Shamim, head of Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles International Business. Today, we're kicking off a journey that's very close to my heart. How do you take an Indian brand to global markets? And like any great journey, it all begins with the first step, selecting the right market. Now, this might sound like a big complex task, but when you break it down, it comes down to 4 simple steps. Let's walk through them together. Everything starts with understanding the landscape. We begin by mapping out global markets to understand where our products can thrive. This means studying sales trends, economic growth, infrastructure development, and patterns. Imagine laying out a world map and asking, where do we have the best shot at success? Say you're an auto manufacturer like Tata Motors, you'd naturally be drawn to markets where vehicle demand is consistently rising. Markets experiencing a boom in construction or logistics, for instance, are clear indicators. That's a market actively calling for reliable, value-driven mobility solutions. Once we identify promising clusters, we've got a direction. But to move forward, we need to validate that direction. And that brings us to the next step, research. This is where we dig deep. We begin with secondary research, analyzing everything from GDP and inflation to trade regulations and industry trends. But that is just the beginning. The real magic happens when we hit the ground. We visit the market. We speak with local stakeholders, channel partners, bankers, dealer associations, even government officials. We gather real-time insights. We mystery shop. We talk to other Indian companies already operating there. We might even bring in a local research agency to help sharpen our view. This gives us a 360-degree understanding of the market. Right now, for instance, we are doing this in multiple countries across the world, each with its own unique promise and unique challenges. Now comes the strategic lens, where we ask, does this market align with our long-term goals? This is the moment where we match market reality with our own strategic intent. Some markets may offer quick wins, others long-term potential. But the key is ensuring they fit into a broader roadmap. Take the United States or Japan, for instance. They are huge revenue pools, they have stable policies. But if our strategy is focused on value trucking, these premium, mature markets might not be the right fit. It's not just about the market size, it is about synergy. Finally, we connect all the dots. We take everything we've learned, market potential, competition, regulations, product fit, and then we start shaping our entry strategy. This means choosing the right business model, selecting the right product portfolio, and even identifying the most appropriate local partners. And here is where it gets real. If a market has high duties on fully built units, we might need to go the SKD or CKD route. If localization is mandatory, we assess the local supplier ecosystem. Do we have assemblers with spare capacity? If not, do we invest in our own facility? And of course, we need strong channel partners, competitive retail financing, and very reliable products to truly earn our right to win in the market. And that's how you enter any market. It's not just about data, it's about direction, discipline, and deep understanding. I hope this gave you a clear picture of how we approach market selection. Because identifying the right market is just the beginning. The real challenge is succeeding once you're in it. We're diving into the critical success factors for new market entry. These are the pillars that determine whether a business thrives or stumbles in a new environment. So let's break them down. First up, strategy. You need a clear, well thought out route to market. That could mean setting up your own national sales company, partnering with a local distributor, forming a joint venture, or even co-branding. The right choice depends on your resources, your risk appetite, and your long-term vision. But one thing is clear: strong local partnerships are often the game changer. Collaborating with an established local business group that helps you navigate regulations, cultural nuances, and business practices. Then comes the supply condition. CBU or completely built units, SKD or semi-knockdown units, or CKD or completely knocked down units. If the country mandates local assembly, you'll need to assess whether to invest in your own facility or work with a third-party assembler. It's all about aligning with local regulations and optimizing costs. And of course, you must define your differential value proposition. What makes your product stand out? Why should customers choose you over competition? It's not about features. It's about solving real problems in the way that resonates locally. And finally, adaptation. Your product portfolio must reflect local preferences, local regulations, and local operating conditions. Next, let's talk execution. You need a well-trained local team, people who understand the market, the culture, and your product. Training them in after-sales operations and business processes is critical. Then, there's the supply chain. You must ensure smooth ordering, consistent assembly quality, and cost-effective logistics. This requires tight coordination with your local partner. Brand positioning is another key lever. Your brand must resonate with local values while staying true to your core philosophy. And your pricing strategy must reflect local purchasing power and competitive dynamics without compromising your margins. Customer service, that is where loyalty is built. Tailor your processes to local expectations because what works in India may not work in, say, Latin America. And finally, your distribution model. Whether you go all in or take a phased approach, your channel strategy must match the geography and economic spread of the market. And now the third pillar is adaptability. Successful market entry often requires long-term commitment, the patience to build your brand, the investments in terms of time and resources, and the vision to stay the course. You also need agility because markets change, consumer behavior shifts, competitors react. Therefore, you must be ready to pivot and fast. That's where data and operational learning come in. Track your KPIs, sales, satisfaction, market share, and use that insight to improve continuously. And don't forget risk mitigation. From currency fluctuations to political shifts, from regulatory challenges to supply chain disruptions, anticipate the risks and develop contingency plans to address them. So there you have it, the critical success factors for entering and thriving in a new market. It's not just about having a great product, it's about having the right strategy, flawless execution, and the adaptability to grow with the market. First and foremost, success begins with the right partner. A strong distributor is more than just a sales channel. They are your eyes, your ears, and your voice in the market. The ideal partner brings deep market penetration, a robust network, and the ability to influence key stakeholders, government bodies, industry leaders, even financing institutions. They're also among the best employers in their region, with a strong focus on people development and engagement. Because when your partner grows, so do you. Next, we focus on the right product. This means customizing our offerings to meet local needs, local preferences, and local regulations. It could involve tweaking features, packaging, or even the core product itself. The goal? To ensure that what we offer isn't just available, it's relevant, desirable, and compliant. But here's where mindset matters. We are evolving from a Make in India export approach to a Make across the world globalization strategy. Why? Because local manufacturing brings multiple advantages. It helps us navigate import duties and enter markets where CBUs are restricted. It improves profitability for both us and our partners. And it strengthens our foothold, creating jobs, building goodwill, and even influencing policy through deeper engagement with local governments. It's therefore not just about selling, it's about belonging. Now, let's talk about the enablers, the behind-the-scenes elements that make everything work. First is retail finance. We work with distributor captive finance arms, local banks, and financing companies to make our products more accessible. Second, after-sales support. Our strategy is built around peace of mind, offering reliable spare parts, technical training, and dedicated key account management services. And third is localized marketing. We tailor campaigns to local segments, highlight functional product value, and communicate in the local language with cultural sensitivity and precision. These enablers don't just support the business, they accelerate it. A dedicated, on-ground team is essential. Having people in the market allows us to respond quickly to changing dynamics, understanding customer needs firsthand, and demonstrate our commitment to the region. It's about being present, not just in business, but in spirit. And finally, we aim to become part of the local fabric. This means creating jobs, engaging in CSR initiatives, and contributing to nation building. These values resonate deeply with the Tata ethos, and they build trust that no marketing campaign ever could. So there you have it, our recipe for success in new market entry. It's a blend of strategy, partnership, adaptability, and purpose. And when done right, it doesn't just open doors, it builds bridges. I hope you've enjoyed this masterclass as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and here's to building global Indian brands that make us all proud.